Building this project, the Papua New Guinean liquefied natural gas project, is the result of the contribution of thousands and thousands of Papua New Guineans and a very dedicated team.
The PNG LNG project has just been the most extraordinary project that I've worked on. The work itself, the number of projects that we've had to do, the number of challenges that we've faced and overcome successfully, the number of people that it's taken to do this project, and then all the other non-routine factors that have come with working in a very remote location with very little infrastructure, and with all the socioeconomic activities that have gone on and support that's gone on. It's really made this project extraordinary.
It's been a massive effort over a long period of time. It's taken really since 2005 to get the project to where it is today. Huge team, lots of energy, lots of challenges, but a really wonderful achievement getting here.
I mean, there are not many projects in this world that you have an opportunity to influence the course of the nation.
GDP growth for the last 3 years or so has been in excess of 8%, which is the envy of most countries around the world. So it's truly remarkable the contribution the project's made. And looking forward, the economic growth associated with the revenues from the project, I think you're just going to build on that strength of Papua New Guinea's economy and really see it support its position as a leader in the region. I remember sitting in Parliament House when we celebrated the signing of the financial close in December the 8th, 2009. A hugely exciting day, but really just the start of a wonderfully challenging project over the next 4 years.
Some of the big challenges that we faced in the PNG LNG project have been the terrain, particularly for the onshore pipeline. Having to go from the Almaty at sea level up to 2,700 meters at the tip end of the spine line. The terrain has gone from flat to rolling, to up and down, to steep slopes that are greater than 50%, volcanic soils, limestone soils. On the drilling rigs, the weight of the drilling rigs is equivalent to 480 cars.
So far, I think we've drilled to as far as 3,600 meters plus, average on all the 6 wells that we've drilled so far. It's very hard, consolidated, limestone. We have caverns at the surface, and as we drill deeper, we see pressure varying. So this is some of the challenging wells that Exxon has drilled so far.
How we built Como Airfield is a good story, actually. You've got an issue where we've got to deliver very large cargo to an area that has no capability to be able to deliver it for us. You look at the right scenario for us was delivering through one of the largest cargo planes in the world. Well, that plane requires a runway that's never been built in PNG. So what we did from a design and execution standpoint is install the largest runway in Papua New Guinea.
It was constructed by getting a flat piece of ground on the mountaintop and then bringing in about 400,000 cubic meters of rock and constructing an asphalt runway down there. It was quite an undertaking.
How I felt the day the first Antonov landed on May 3rd. I jumped up and was screaming when the plane landed with everybody else that was out there. It was a tremendous, tremendous team accomplishment, and we all knew it.
The main onshore pipeline is 292 kilometers from Almaty up to Heights. There's also a 23-kilometer spine line section.
The way it would overcome a lot of challenges is basically to rebuild or to initiate building access tracks, or what we call running tracks. So by building these tracks, we're able to pioneer through to our work fronts and support our pipeline crews, which sometimes extended over 100 kilometres.
The steel that was required to go into the onshore pipeline is the equivalent of the steel required for 20 Eiffel Towers. The steel at the LNG plant is equivalent to 4 Eiffel Towers.
When we started to do the site preparation to get ready to build the plant, we moved around about 2 million standard cubic meters of dirt just to get the place flat so we could actually start construction. Then we've probably got around 150,000 cubic meters of concrete. There's probably 2,000 kilometers of cable within the facility. And probably the one that's the most interesting off to my right, the two LNG tanks, you can actually put a Boeing 747 plane inside of one of those tanks.
I feel really proud to be part of the team, but really excited to be part of the first cargo sailing today. It's just a magic day to see the Spirit of Hela behind me.
When the first cargo left the jetty, that was a big milestone achievement for Papua New Guinea as a country and for every single Papua New Guinean here. The rewards that this project gonna bring, definitely something to look forward to.
We established safety champions and ran them through a week of intense safety training. We selected the people to do that as natural leaders in their work groups. I mean, we've hired 10,000 Papua New Guineans. We've given them over 2 million hours of training.
My job is to help people and make sure they understand the safety rules and safety procedures and process we have in place.
And we're also hearing stories from our Papua New Guinean citizens about how they've taken that culture home and the things that they're now doing with their families to help them be safer. And you got to be really proud about the fact that you're impacting people's work skills and then you're giving them life skills too.
In terms of safety, I've learned a lot, and it's been an amazing journey coming through as a trainee, being in the startup, getting to see how things line up from development and then handing it over to production. It has been amazing.
We are going through such rugged terrain, and yet we have made the commitment to protect biodiversity. That in itself is an enormous challenge. We have found new species of plants, we have found new species of frogs, we have found new species of mammals, and all of it is within this small area here. It's in the area where we have the project.
In mountain climbing, you earn your view, meaning however steep or high you can climb, the view's better. And as I look through building well pads and drilling wells way up in the highlands and seeing that production come down to a world-class gas plant and proceeding down a pipeline onshore and offshore, going 700 kilometers of pipeline into a world-class LNG plant, I think we've climbed the steepest mountain you can climb. The view is spectacular.
The project's around for the long term. We estimate 30 years plus. I'm immensely proud to be part of the project, and we look forward to making a continuing contribution, not just to our workforce, but to Papua New Guinea in general.